Alright there guys, Drunken Duncan here with a review of Noire. This is a game I've been looking forward to for months on end. So I pre-ordered it with Amazon. I didn't really know much about the actual game, just that it was being released by Rockstar. I have read little bits and pieces of it. Mainly on forums, people were thinking it's going to be the new Grand Theft Auto or the new Red Dead Redemption. In the back of my head, I kind of thought that myself. So when I pre-ordered it with Amazon, I got it a day after it was released in the US, so I was really surprised about that because it hadn't been released in the UK at that stage. But when I sat down and started playing it, I was very surprised. You know, it wasn't the type of game I thought it would be. It was very strongly based along a storyline, so that surprised me, and I have to say it was a very, very well done storyline. It had me watching, you know, from start to finish. I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm actually going through my second gameplay now of it to try and open up some more achievements. I need to get a 5-star rating in all cases when I solve a case. My first playthrough, I was you know, when I was driving about, I was knocking people down and things, and that does affect how your case ends. So as the story goes, you play a character called Cole Phelps. He's just back from the Pacific War. He's a war hero, and he joins the LAPD to try and make a difference at a time when the LAPD is full of corrupt cops. So at the very start, you know, you end up being in the uniform, and it's really just to teach you the controls on what you need to do to try and, you know, solve cases or investigate a crime. So in this one here with the bank robbery, it's more or less how to shoot your gun. And I have to say that, you know, the very little action in the game, you know, where you do have to take out your gun and start shooting. When you do, it's very easy. You know, it's not difficult at all.
LAPD, put down your weapons. The bank is surrounded. I'm offering you a chance.
Now, a lot of people saying that this does look like Mafia 2. In a way, it does. You know, it's probably because it's based in the same era during the 40s, or was Mafia 2 based later? I'm not too sure, but it does look similar to it. You know, when you're actually driving about. But it does look very, very well. The graphics are very well detailed. In some of the buildings, you know, the detail inside them is just excellent. So I was going to upload a walkthrough, but there was a bit of copyright trouble with that. Take-Two and Rockstar don't want people to put in spoilers, such as when you interrogate a suspect or things like that. They don't want the full games uploaded because they think it's going to spoil it for everybody else. So they were waving about a copyright hammer and taking down some big major channels. So I decided against it. I didn't want to risk it, and I didn't want to go against the likes of Take-Two or, you know, Rockstar. Right? You know, I just didn't want to take a risk of being getting a copyright strike. So on to the murder here. So what you need to do with the victim, you search the body for extra clues, such as this guy here. I've managed to pull out like a receipt, a payment receipt, and what that will do is open up another clue, or, you know, allows me to advance on to interview a witness or a suspect, or even open up a new location for me to go and investigate. So what you'll do here is you'll search around the body. Some hold IDs, some hold, you know, like bus tickets, things like that, and things that you find that will help you progress through the murder case. Now, what you also need to do is to investigate the general area of the crime scene. You want to try and pick up any extra evidence. And when you do walk across something that you can investigate, you'll hear a piano chime or your controller will vibrate. Now, not everything is going to be a clue. You'll find a lot of bottles and all lying about, and they're not involved in the case at all. So it's trying to determine, you know, what is important, such as this. Well, this gun's obviously an important clue. And knowing that I've got a serial number now, I can run it past a gun weapon store to try and find its owner. So you want to try and locate as many clues as possible, as you want to try and get the 5-star rating on each case. You do that by getting all the clues, and each clue will give you different things opening up to help you progress faster into the case. And you would also you know, question eyewitnesses, such as this guy. Now, one of the great things about this game is the actual characters. Very, very strong characters. There's over 400 characters in the game. A lot of actors out there. And what they've done is they've used a technology called motion scan. It's motion scan technology, where they scan the actor's face and implement it into the game. And some of these guys, some of the characters actually look like the real actors, which is very freaky, because when you're actually watching the game, you kind of recognize the person, you know, the character that you're talking to or who's on the screen, but you just don't know from where. And it's more than likely it's because it's an actor from a film that you've probably seen. So it's very, very well done. But this motion scan as well, it also helps with when you're questioning a suspect or an eyewitness at that. You know, it helps you to determine if they're lying or not because of their facial expression. And you can actually see the cheekbones and the muscles in the neck moving. And I have to say that the detail in that is just excellent. It's very, very well done. And I really hope to see that motion scan in new games, you know, future games. So here I'm going to question this witness. I've got one question to ask her, which is her eyewitness account. And as I question her, she should open up with more information to give me more questions to ask her. So when she tells me what happens, I need to determine if she's telling the truth or not. And I do that by reading her body language and, you know, her facial expression.
We came back. I was angry. I walked in front. I heard shots. I turned and saw Mr. Gage fall.
Now, as you can see, look, she can't make eye contact with me. She's obviously lying through her teeth. And she's been a bullbag about it. You know, why not just tell me the truth? No, I'm going to accuse her for lying, but I need to give her a piece of evidence to say why I think she's lying.
You're going to tell me.
There's nothing to tell. I've done nothing wrong.
Now, if I don't supply the right piece of evidence, she'll clam up and she'll not give me any more information. So I'm going to go for the receipt that I found in the victim's body, because her name's on it.
Stop lying and tell me what happened at the jewelry store.
And now she'll start telling me more information and she'll give me more clues that I can work on, and that will help me solve the case even faster.
Mr. Kalu,
Now, you do this throughout the whole game. You do it with your suspects.
jewelry store.
When you're interviewing the suspect, you know, near the final stages of the case, you can end up losing the case. You know, the person might not talk or confess, or you might not even get the chance to, you know, to charge them with whatever crime it is they did.
Made in Japan.
And this is actually the hardest part of the game, is actually trying to get the information from the witness or the suspect, you know, determining if they're lying or not. That is the most difficult part I found in this whole game,
Here another bank. And another.
because you want to try and get everything right. You know, if you're asking somebody a question, you want to be right in either saying that they're lying, or you doubt them, or telling the truth. So as you see, she's opened up more questions for me now to ask her, and I'll get more information, which allows me to go and investigate them.
Of course I did.
Now, in regards to the free roam,
He kept firing the gun. He kept
there really isn't much to the free roam. Yeah, you've got 8 miles of map to go around, but there really isn't much you can do. There is hidden objects and hidden vehicles, or sorry, not hidden vehicles, but vehicles to unlock. You've 95 vehicles to unlock, 30 locations to unlock, 50 golden film reels to find, and then 40 side missions to do. The side missions are like street crimes, and they only last for 2 minutes. There's nothing really much to them. And once you finish those, there really is nothing else to do in the free room, which is kind of a bit disappointing, because the map is massive, and all, you know, all the buildings are really well designed and very, very well detailed for the ones that you can go inside. So it really is surprising that they have such a large map that you're not really going to play that much.
and they were so loud.
So the replay value of the game really is approximately 25 hours for me. 12 hours to complete the game. I'm replaying it again, and then to find the unlocks. And after that, once I get everything 100%, this is not really going to be a game I'm going to pick up. And in actual fact, I'll probably actually trade it in. It will be the first game I trade in. Not because I don't like the game, it's just I won't have any other reason to pick it up and play it. So just take note, you know, if you enjoy the free roam from Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption, you know, where you can actually run about a map and just create chaos. You can't do it in this game. You've no weapons to pull out or anything like that. So all you can actually do is just drive about.
Never mind. Yes, officer, I'll make a statement.
Well, that's my review. Hopefully, you know, if you were going to decide to buy this or not, it gives you a little better insight on, you know, if you should. Personally, I loved the storyline, and it was well worth the money for this game. I don't regret buying this at all. So, you know, take it on that. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and sure, we'll catch up some other time. Over and out. Peace.